Hi everybody, my name is Christy, and today I want to actually just talk to you guys a little bit about a medical condition called depression. If you have it, then you know what I'm talking about. As far as this is going to be a very sensitive topic, I'm trying to get it just right. And I want everybody to feel comfortable. Okay. So, with that being said, I do want to make sure that everybody is fully aware. This may get a little sad. This may get a lot of emotional reaction out of yourself. So if you have depression, anxiety, just keep that aware that this may, I don't know how this will affect you. So if you are that kind of person and this video is a trigger for you, please just go ahead and stop. Okay, this video is not meant for that. This video is meant for people who don't know what depression is like, but want to know. Because I actually live with depression and anxiety. And I saw this one video, a Let's Play of Anxiety Simulator that Jacksepticeye did, and how he actually talked about it later, at least his opinion of it. And I do want to emphasize, this is all opinion, okay? Nothing I am saying here, I have facts based on. This is just me, my life, how I feel with it. It can change dramatically between people, okay? Tell you a little bit about my depression's history is that I was diagnosed with depression in 2014, but it wasn't like I didn't know. I did and I didn't know. It was more like denial, so to speak. Because when you think of, well, let me back up just a minute. What is depression? Depression is a state of sadness that lingers longer than an average period, which can be just a couple hours. It can be, you know, an average period for you could be, you know, a couple hours. It also depends what it is. If somebody died and you're sad for a few days, that doesn't mean you're depressed. That means you're mourning and you're losing that person. But this is like, a perfect example is when you get sad and there's nothing happening. That might be a sign of depression for you. Okay, there's a lot of resources out there to figure out if you are depressed or not, but depression is really an emotional imbalance, whether it's chemical, genetic, you know, however that works. There's some form of imbalance going on that needs to be resolved one way or another. And the faster you can identify it, the faster you can actually resolve it. So going back, I was diagnosed with it in 2014 when I realized I had something majorly wrong where it was affecting my daily life. And when I mean affecting daily life, I don't mean that it made it harder to do fun activities, because it did, but to me that wasn't life altering. Did it suck? Yeah, it did. But it wasn't life altering. Life altering, the life altering event that actually triggered me to go find help was, and this was a point that I didn't even know it was anxiety. I mean, depression right away. I had no idea. But I had episodes where I would get up, I'd do everything the same that I would, but I'd just be like this. Just not smiling, not caring. Now, sometimes it's not about total sadness. Like when people think sadness, they think weeping. I don't think weeping. I think of that you're in a mood that if somebody fed a little negativity, a little bit here, like just a little, it doesn't even have to be a lot, like the bullies. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be as simple as, why did you do that? Okay, that can set a depression person off depending how bad it is. For me, it's not that bad. As far as that to me, that's a whole different issue on where that's going. than depression. That's more my anxiety level. Which I might do a different, I'm actually going to do a different video on anxiety, because there's actually a lot you can talk about it, but I'm not going to go off into that tangent. But the life-altering change for me was when I was at work. Well, I worked from home, but I was a supervisor working from home, and I was doing one-on-ones, and I'm talking to the people, and I'm like, hey, this is what you got to do to improve yourself and all this. And I have my notes line up, because that's what good people do. They write what they want to talk about. And I was looking at it, and I said, okay, next thing that we're going to talk about. I remember just doing this, like, I'm supposed to be doing something. What am I supposed to be doing? I look down. I see my notes. I can't understand them. I see letters. I see abbreviations and my notes. And because when you're doing notes, it's not a full sentence. So you can't, it's not meant to do that. So I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, everything that I did on a daily basis as far as my work, I'm like, it's gone. And when you're in that moment, it was scary, because you're like, oh crap, I just forgot what I do for a living in an instant. Now, to kind of jump a little bit ahead, I did remember everything. It took about 30 seconds to a minute before it came back. Okay. But during that 30 seconds to a minute, it felt like forever. Okay. It felt like my world was blank. A white piece of paper, canvas. I had nothing. I didn't know where I was. Okay. Now, I wasn't delusional. Okay. Like, I can go, I'm in a house. Okay. I knew words. I knew stuff. I just was like, I'm in a room, but it's not my room. Where am I? Because at the time, I was actually living with a friend. Well, my friend now, he was my boyfriend at the time. I was living with him in a different state in Georgia. And this was a time that I just, got down there. It was maybe a month or two in, something like that. And I was just like, this isn't my room, but I know it's okay to be here. But where is here? And obviously, I'm not breaking it down like per the second, because it's like, this all happened so fast. And I'm like, but what am I doing? What am I doing? And as quickly as it left, it came back. And I'm like, oh. And then I was able to continue on right where I left off. No problems. Okay. But when I was done with talking to this agent, I had to stop. I was like, I literally, it wasn't just, I forgot what I was going to say. Because you still know, I'm in my room. I know where I'm at. I know, like, if I look down, oh, I meant to say this. That was gone. The comprehension of what was written down was gone. And that's when I'm like, I got a problem. I get a major problem. I don't know what my problem is, but there's a problem. So I went ahead and found a doctor, and I told him, I was like, hey, this is what happened. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I need to figure this out so this doesn't happen again. And so as that happens, it just happened to be that then we went through different doctors. It was a family doctor who then was like, well, let's take you to a psychiatrist. Or a psychologist? Psychologist. I think that's the one. I get them backwards. One of them actually gives you medicine. The other one does not. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn my headphones down. Like, I don't have headphones on right now. Okay. I don't have headphones on right now, but because they're actually over here. Because the music's playing, but I need to be able to hear my thoughts. And which is fine, but I hear him like over there and it's like distraction, distraction, distraction. Okay, so anyway, so I went ahead and went to the psychologist, and he asked me all these questions like, how do you feel about your normal life? Do you have suicidal thoughts? And he did stress at the beginning, you have to be honest with me. You can't hide this. You cannot tell me fake answers because it won't fix anything. You got to tell me the truth. At the time, I did tell him, I was like, yes, I do, to a point. I do, to a point, have suicidal thoughts. Just of, like, what would happen if I wasn't here? How would people react if I wasn't here? I never planned it. I never looked at a knife and went, I want to use that. I want to use that right there. I never looked at pills and said, I'm just going to overdose. It was never planning an action. Which, according to them, the psychologists and psychiatrists that I was speaking to, they actually said that's a good sign. That you got to us before you got to that point. Because they said although that's a step towards it, you're not in danger of anything of yourself. So that's good. And they said, okay, have you, they're asking all these bunch of questions. And you can actually find a lot of them online that, hey, these people will be asking you these things. And they actually said, okay, well, this is what we think is going on. We want to get some blood work to make sure there's nothing chemically wrong with you, because it could be a physical condition as well. So they did, and everything came back fine. They said, okay, it's more than likely depression, based on the test results, based on your answers, because there is no test. There is no test to say you're depressed. You're right. You're depressed. There is no test. It is all emotional, psychological, what you feel, how you act, how your body's reacting to things. And that's all it is. So they said, okay, we're going to try a couple medications and figure this out. And to make a long story short, I got help. I have been on and off of therapy since 2007. It's 2018 right now. But doesn't mean I don't like going to therapy. Some people don't like counselors. They just don't. Which, whatever. I mean, just talk to somebody. You don't need to talk to them. You can talk to a friend. Whatever you want to do. But, I'm always off and on because it's like, why keep going if I'm at a roadblock? I want to unstick it. And it can take a while to unstick it. So I unstick it and then I go back if I have problems. So, but anyway, we finally got me on a medication that actually works very well for me. It is Wellbutrin. The generic is Buprofen. I actually did stop that a while ago, and I recently went back onto it, and that's because it was my choice. Nobody said, you really need to go back on that. Actually, I had a lot of people encouraging me, hey, if you don't need it, don't take it. Okay, but we don't want you to go back over that leap. So I originally went off of it when I did the whole vegan thing because, at first I felt healthier, I felt better. I'm like, let's try it. Let's try it. And then for a while, it was fine. I was perfectly content with it. But then after a while, and then kind of did relapse, words, so to speak, that it wasn't great. And then I had to go back on. Is it food related and chemical wise? I don't know. I've learned that you have to deal with it in your own way. I know a few people that have depression and others don't take it as well. I like covering mine, well, not covering mine up, but dealing with it in a way that produces humor, actually. Which is one reason why I figured I would give YouTube a shot, because I can be myself. I can be humorous. I can be serious, whatever. But I'm hoping that also what I'm doing is helping somebody else at some point with something. And just maybe I can help them get through something. Because it's not all fun and roses. Because there's a lot of times I will be sad and angry And I would be very distant, and I would want to hide. That's what I call it. I want to hide. I want to go away. I don't want anybody to see me. I just want to hide. And to me, that's my safe way to recover. But it's not always the best way, because too many times you can get stuck there too. But when you're in your rut, it can last a couple days. These guys help. I'm pointing at a butt, but these kitties help. Don't you help your mama? Pets are wonderful. They can know when you're having a moment, when you're not feeling your best, and come help you out. My cats, for the most part, sometimes do. They're not trained to, so they're just like, "You okay? Are you? But there's a lot of times that I'm just sad. No rhyme or reason. I'm just sad. Don't want to do anything. I'm depressed, as far as like, you see everything wrong with the world rather than what's right with it. And I'm typically a very happy person. As my cat. Look this side. I'm not used to the mirroring thing, but yeah, I have two of them, and that's one of them. Her name is Lonnie. Hi. Hi, do you want to come say hi? And so they do actually help a lot, don't you? But if you need to talk to someone, just talk to someone. Okay? Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait until it's at a crucial level. Okay, come here. She's just like, I want to be in it. Say hi. So, for those of you, it's not as easy as just cheer up. Just get over it. Actually, that makes it worse. Because now we're feeling like nobody understands. Nobody gets it. You may not get it. And that's fine. But if you can be empathetic and just be like, what can I do to help? What can I do to get you through this? And if they don't know, just try making them laugh. Try just being there, giving them a hug. Oh, my other one I figured out, it's on my step over there. Over right there. Will you pick a spot? This is them all the time. Here. Nick, go back up there. Go back up there. What the hell? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I really don't. I don't want to know. I'm going to just ignore everything I just figured out. Okay. So that's going to pretty much be the end of this episode, as my cat is like, get off the computer. So I just want to take this minute to direct this to anybody who has depression of any kind. If you didn't already, go get help. If you did, stick with it, at least in some form or another, because it's there to help you. And it's one of those things that reach out to someone. And I'm even a person that cares. If you come to me and it's like, hey, I'm dealing with depression, I need help. I need just somebody to talk to. I'm not comfortable yet with going to a counselor. I just want to talk to someone. Just put it in the comments. I never want to see someone who is depressed go through it alone. You shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. You need to find help. And sometimes it's just as simple as make me laugh. Make me laugh and I'll just be in a great mood. Sometimes it just needs to pass. But no matter who you are, no matter what ethnicity, gender, anything, depression is real. Depression affects everybody, just maybe in different ways. You may not understand it. You don't have to. All we ask is that you respect that we have it and that it is something we deal with. And if you're dealing with it every single day of your life like I am, you're not alone. You will never be alone. Find someone you can talk to. Find someone you can connect to. And hopefully, I can be one person that you can come and just chill with me. Just chill with me here on my channel. Just put all your problems away. Put them in a box. Just watch my channel. Get lost in the comedy. Get lost in my Let's Plays. Get lost in everything. Just get lost in it. And hopefully that can help you. Okay? So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, want to see different videos like this, hit the like button. If you have a comment, want to comment on this, definitely do so. And if you want to support my channel, go ahead and just hit that subscribe button and hit the bell while you're at it. You'll get some notifications on when I go live and post new videos. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.